Hilarious that my mic breaks right before one of our RP sessions.
Uh-oh. Do you need a minute?
No. It broke a while ago, and I'm using a different setup. But I have to buy a new mic. I have to buy new headphones at the airport on Friday.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Airport headphones.
Yep.
Always good.
Nice. All right. As a summary of what happened last time, you all, I'm gonna say, defeated a white beast by making it take a little nap, and using its own weapon against it. And during the course of battle, Edwin was blinded by the creature, and now you guys are. It's right after the battle, so you guys are like running away. You guys are running back up the hill from whence you came, and you all stop and survey the situation only once you're a safe distance from the monster, just in case it wakes up. So you guys are like at the top of the cliff area, I guess, sort of overlooking this valley. You can't see the creature anymore. The trees have long since covered it, but you can see like the top of the castle, the top of Jungbi Castle, and you guys are just like trying to catch your breath. You are just like, you're still full of holes and stuff. So that is where you guys are right now.
Sucks.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
we're not dead. Like, this guy's, and Octavia gestures to Godfrey, former colleagues.
Um.
No, you go.
Val straight up just looks at Octavia in the eye and goes, "Why would you bring that up? What? You could have just said, well, we survived, and then ended there. What was, huh? We killed them. What are you what?"
I am sorry. I have lost a lot of blood. I am not in the best mood right now. And Edwin, who is our guide and the sole person in our party who actually knows half a fuck about this country besides the people who live in it, is blind. So I'm not in the best mood right now. Sorry. There we go. We survived. Woo! Okay, now what? Now what?
Gare is going to sit down firmly on the ground and claim like a little area for himself. He says, "Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going any further today. I am sleeping here right now." And he just like lays back on the grass and he closes his eyes like he is like, "No, no more. Good night."
Garlic the horse goes over to Garrett and nips at his hair, just to be annoying.
Garrett's going to crack an eye open because obviously he's not like actually asleep. He's just being grumpy.
No, absolutely not.
And he's gonna battle the horse for his hair quietly in the grass there. But Amalthea's also going to sit down on the ground and be like, "Yeah, we really should, I think, camp for the night, maybe. It is getting dark after all."
Sounds good to me. Garlic, knock it off.
Does Garlic?
You said we're like sufficiently away from the white beast to not have to worry about it, right?
Yeah, you guys sprinted back up the mountain area far out of its field of vision. And it's also still asleep, so you're fine.
Huh.
Right.
Archibald, after like doing a few sneaky laps around the sort of area that we're in, just looking out specifically back in the direction of the thing, but everywhere, is going to sort of crouch down off to the side of everyone out of roughly smell range and start poking around in the bag of rotting meat.
Okay.
Just to I don't know.
Check that it's what?
Why? I forgot you had that.
Oh, you fucking...
I totally forgot you had that.
You fucking thinking that's why I do this shit, so I can make you describe the nature of the rotting meat.
Okay, would you like to make like a check or something against the meat bag?
Yes, I absolutely
Okay,
would.
what are you rolling?
I have no skills related to this. It's going to be horrible.
What are you
but
rolling?
That's the point.
It's like nature, like what?
It does not matter. There is nothing I can roll here reasonably that is in any way good. Let's go with what is nature under?
It's under magic.
Doesn't matter. It's equally as bad as everything else. Where is it?
The last thing under magic.
Oh, no, nature's actually a -2, not a -3. That's cool. I'll do that one.
You want to do nature? Okay.
This is going to go poorly. That's an 8.
Well, it's in a state of minor decay. It's not completely rotted through, but you can see as you dig your hand through the bag that it's definitely a little wormier than yours is.
Yeah, let me be more specific maybe with what I'm looking for here.
Okay.
Does this stuff have obvious signs of being, torn apart by beasts or something? Or is it just kind of...
Yeah, there's definitely some, like, bite marks and stuff in it. It's definitely been eaten by wildlife, but you don't know what kind.
Gonna, like, hold up a limb next to the, still healing horrible scars from, the needles and claws and other painful things from that last battle. Just holding, like... Take like a rotting arm and hold it up like right next to mine. Compare the scars. Anything like same vibe, or is that probably not what did it?
It's too rotted to really tell. The holes in it that have been like poked in these pieces of meat have like opened up and gotten nasty, so you can't really tell what did it, but the arm is supposed to be on the body, so that automatically tells you something happened here.
And last rotting meat related question. This shit person meat? Or
yeah, it's definitely person meat. It's definitely human meat.
Human meat. Got it. Well, I'm gonna pack everything back away in this burlap sack and we'll go around. Are we camping out here for the night? Feel free for anyone to respond.
Octavia's like has also sat down and is just like after gathering like some scraps of wood to start making a fire, just silently like dragging her leg around just to get stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay down and take a nap.
Seeing everyone laying down at the question of are we camping here for the night? You said we're on like a ridge, right?
Yeah, you're on like a cliff.
Yeah.
So you can see into the valley below.
Right.
You can see the valley.
How stupid is this? What's down below me, like looking over the edge? Is it just like...
well, you can see the city and outskirts of Jungbi. And you
I'm talking more immediately. Like,
immediately below you, like on the ground.
Yeah, is it like sloping hill or like sheer face I can chuck something off of? I'm
sheer face. It's sheer face with like a path that winds up along the side that you guys walked up or ran up.
All right. I'm going to like untie the top of the bag of meat, I guess, and I'm just going to lob that thing way off in the distance because the whole point was, this is a maybe useful information or B, bait for a monster. So I'm absolutely not keeping rotting, obviously eaten meat around where we're camping for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's hungry can eat down at the bottom of the cliff.
Amalthea's gonna watch you do this, cause she didn't see you open the bag or anything, but she's gonna like look at you and say, what was that? What'd you just get rid of? Was that supplies?
No, that was most definitely not supplies.
She's gonna give you a weird, suspicious look, but there's probably like blood and gunk all over your hands, so she's not gonna push it.
I just hold up my hands and like wave fingers around, like, see, see, does it look like supplies to you?
You are the grossest being I've had the opportunity of talking to.
I've met way grosser than that.
Alright, so you guys are gonna set up and make camp here on this little ridge. Amalthea has been carting around all of your stuff in her little, I'm gonna say she has like a little convoy bag thing that she keeps all your stuff in. So you guys all have like bedrolls and shitty one-person tents that you guys can use. Or you could sleep on the ground. That's up to you.
Octavia goes over to Edwin and helps him with his tent.
Yeah, he would need it. Also, because he's a wimp.
Yeah, I feel like this is just commonplace. Like either Octavia or Val helps him set up his tent.
Oh,
Yeah.
They use it.
He's doing his best. But yes, it slowly begins to turn into nighttime. After some foraging, you manage to find various local, I guess, vegetation that's edible alongside your rations, so you have enough to eat for the night. And yeah, you guys are all on a camping trip now. What?
I see. I see what you meant by stock photo. I understand now.
I couldn't just leave it empty for the whole session. It needs to be something.
No, yes, I understand
The gang
now.
goes camping. But yes, it is now nighttime. Soon it will be time to go to bed. But for now, everyone is sort of just hanging around, doing their thing, getting patched up. You know, they're passing around that fruit knife, getting rid of all those holes in your body. Gare is in his tent. He 1 second. Sorry. Gare is in his tent. He is doing his own thing all alone. Amalthea is sitting by the fire. She is roasting something on a stick. And Godfried is playing with the blood that was in his pocket. What are y'all up to?
Archibald is not going to. Well, Archibald doesn't need to partake in the game of pass the fruit knife or whatever. He's gonna kind of just keep until it's like dusk, I guess, like twilight, whatever, sundown. Just gonna be keeping an eye out, still pacing around the outer parts nervously, and keeping an eye on like generally where he chucked that bag over, just see if there's like signs of predators or like like anything sniffing around in the general area, because if something can smell what he just threw down there and is interested, it could probably with how that white beast went, it could probably smell us. Just keeping an eye out.
Okay. What are the rest of y'all up to?
Is just asleep.
He's asleep?
Yeah, like, I know I got pretty beat up, but I'm pretty sure everything will just heal, right? So he's just gonna go take a nap.
He's just gonna go nap. Sleep it off.
Aw.
Okay, I respect that.
Val is with Garlic because he also needs to have, a safe spot to sleep. And also needs to eat.
There's a couple trees where you guys have camped at, so you could probably tie his lead around one of those.
Yeah, and then also brushing him because he's got like stuff on him from when Val got stabbed, and he doesn't like that he's got blood on him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, taking care of the most important member of the party.
Absolutely.
Gotta watch out for him. He's very important.
Octavia is sitting by the fire, just checking over like her sword, see how it goes, and is just quiet. Out there.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
It's more like she hasn't really talked that much since her outburst.
Amalthea, who's like sitting next to you at the fire, like I said, she's gonna like scoot a little closer and just be like, "So where'd you get that sword?"
Well, there's not really much of a story to it. It's just old reliable. I've had it for a few years now as a mercenary.
Mercenary? Do you do a lot of cool stuff? Do you get to travel a lot?
I do, but this is my first time outside of Arcanea. Well, actually, not quite. I suppose I did one little soiree into Valentia one time, but I just stuck on the boat because I was looking after some merchants.
Valentia. I've never been there either. That'd be cool to go to someday, though.
Oh, well, there's a lot of ocean to go there, so I'm sure, well, you already have a ship, so as long as we get the ship there, I'm sure you can make for it.
Are there a lot of pirates there?
There are always pirates.
She seems to enjoy that. She's like, yes, finally, a
Okay.
worthy opponent.
But today was the first time I've had to do battle with things like that.
Yeah, it was pretty scary out there, huh?
It was.
I've never seen one of those creatures before, and I've lived here my entire life. I guess they really just don't have them down south.
That could be it. I know about as much as you do since first time, but it looks like they stick around the old cities.
I wonder why that is. There's nothing there. I'm sure there's much bigger stuff to hunt out in the wilderness. Like, there's wyverns and stuff around here. Why wouldn't they just do that?
I don't know. Maybe something calls to them there. Like, well, this is just me putting potentially some higher reason on animals, but maybe it's just something that draws them in.
Val walks over, sits down, and says, "My best guess would be some kind of magic residue or or some. I mean, we went there for a holy space, didn't we? It would make sense that whatever keeps that place funky or whatever the fuck might as well called to beasts of a. I wouldn't say higher nature, but it's definitely something.
Piece of fuckier nature.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we're gonna be going to places where the Book of Naga is, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of them. And then at the mention of the Book of Naga, Godfrey's gonna look up from whatever he's doing. He's just gonna like have a look on his face that just says like, "What? Excuse me?"
Octavia looks at Amalthea, and she just shook her like.
Amalthea's making like a blank, like eyes going in two different directions, like, oh, oopsie face. Oh no.
Octavia sighs like, yeah.
Get out of here.
Got a problem with it? And Octavia says that to Godfrey.
1 second, I've done zooming into the map. Sorry, could you repeat yourself?
We are on a magical quest for the original Book of Naga.
Why? Why? And how? What?
The university that I work for at Cadane sent Edwin and I to do this. We get paid whether we find it or not. Edwin's genuinely interested. I'm too old to really care. Octavia and Amalthea are being paid. We all have our own reasons. Oh, and for some reason I'm forgetting Andrew's character's name right now.
Archibald.
And Archibald's an indentured servant.
It's on screen and everything.
Listen, I am currently trying to eat a biscuit, okay?
Fair.
Love you.
I wasn't even watching stream, my bad.
Exactly.
You're missing my beautiful art.
I already went on Twitch and took a screenshot of it because I love it.
No, I'm genuinely sorry. My meds make me forget nouns.
You're all good.
It's a weird side effect. But we all have our own reasons. Garrett, his grandpa made him do it. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
And Amalthea says, I'm just in it for the money.
Guess we've gone over that, Amalthea, but thank you for adding.
She was checked out. She was like, oh no, I messed up. And her brain stopped for a full 2 minutes.
Octavia sighs and just pats her shoulders like, it's fine. It's fine.
Godfried is going to look at all of you like you're all completely crazy. But then
Octavia looks back at him like, huh? You want to make something of it, bitch?
Yeah. And then he
After
says,
today?
well, you're definitely looking in the wrong places. Why would it be in some random village in the middle of nowhere?
We were heading north.
I don't think it's north either. It's probably wherever the nobility are. I assume they'd have it.
Where are the nobility here then?
He thinks to himself for a second before do any of you have that map that Edwin had? Or does Edwin have
I
it?
could probably find it.
It's in your
It's not
stuff.
like he keeps it directly on his person. He probably has a bag or something.
Edwin's using it as a blanket.
He hugs it to sleep at night like it's his little plushie.
What city did you say we were in?
Currently?
In
Yeah.
Jungvi. You're right outside of Jungvi.
Okay. Right. Just checking. Thought so, but
So, does he have the map now?
Yeah, they pass over the map.
Yeah, okay. He is going to point to a place closer to the center of the continent and says, well, last time I ran into anyone that had any money whatsoever, they were right here. I don't know the name of the city, but that's where they were. I'd assume it's probably closer to the center of the continent. That's where most of the fortifications are. You wouldn't keep something like that in just a house.
Well, we don't know if they still have it. We also assume it got lost. So we didn't know.
If you have a holy relic like that, you advertise. If you have the ability to protect yourself, you advertise it. You make sure that everyone knows you have this holy item and that you have the holy reason to have it or whatever the fuck. So the fact that no one is claiming to own it and it's currently lost tells us that either the person that does have it doesn't want anyone to know that they have it because that would put them in danger, or no one has it.
Hey, Sam.
Yes.
While they're talking about this, Archibald's quietly walk up and just sort of casually glance over down at the map over one of their shoulders. Would he know what city-ish was being pointed at? And
Do
if
you want to make a roll for that?
I'm not sure. We've discussed his backstory. Would he know or not know? Basically.
You know the approximate area that it is. Would you like me to DM it to you, or is this information you would like to make
DM
public?
me if
Okay.
you can DM me so I know how large Archibald should be. Yes.
Okay. 1 second, folks. Okay. He's gonna hand the map back to whoever handed it to him in the first place. I believe it was Octavia. He says, well, and he looks very unsure. He's clearly like skeeved out by something about this. But he's gonna go back to his pouring of vials of blood and such. He says, well, I don't know if you guys are ever gonna be able to find something like that, but I will admit I am curious.
Like I said, we're getting paid either way, so I'm not particularly. It's whatever. However, I
might as well make an effort.
Exactly. And we're getting paid for our time, so it's if we actually comb the continent, we get paid more.
This is true. Terrible business model on their part.
Yeah, kinda.
Besides, Edwin is curious about this continent. He wants to learn more about it, so might as well travel wherever we can as we search.
Well, like I said.
Which is why... Yeah?
No, you go.
No, you go.
Okay. Well...
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part, so I literally want you to go.
Well, like I said, I can take you north. But as far as the rest of the continent goes, I've only been outside of the west coast on rare occasions. So, I can take you to southern Sicily, and that's pretty much it.
You're welcome to thank you for that, and if you want to come explore, you can, but obviously, it's whatever.
I think I'll probably stay. The Book of Naga is something that I think every mage wants to take a look at least once in their life.
Archibald is just sort of staring off into the distance. Just
good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Disassociate. Go off, King.
He's just you're not sure if he's just distracted or thinking, or he's just kind of standing in the back, just.
Vala goes, speaking of looking at the Book of Naga, I'm assuming that from what I remember, you currently have the resources to make one of those panaceas?
Godfried is going to hold up what he has been working on, and it looks to be, a bunch of differently sized vials. All of them are full of blood, and you can see that he's got, I guess, light magic going on here. You don't know exactly what it's doing, but he seems to be working on something, to which he answers, I'm getting it ready right now. It should be ready by morning. If he's willing to try it.
Yeah, of course we can't force him, but the one academic here, the whole academic reason that we're coming is kind of him, so he kind of needs to be able to see.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say that I'm happy that this happened, but well, it's nice to get a chance to.
Okay, Godfried, choose carefully how you're going to finish that sentence.
As you say that, he's just gonna pause and think to himself, and then he's going to nod sagely and say, "I'm not going to finish that sentence."
Good choice.
He's gonna go back to his work, ignoring all of you.
Yeah.
All right. then. Would anyone like to do tasks or anything before I send you all to the sleep zone?
I actually need to quickly go to the restroom. I'm so sorry.
Okay, we'll take a 2-minute break.
Okay.
Cool.
Go, be free.
I'll go too. Why not?
Godspeed.
I can, while we're sitting here, because there's nothing better to do, I can detail the ridiculousness of my current setup.
Go for it.
So the headphones I broke are specifically the ones that work with my laptop.
Uh-huh.
So I'm using my phone and push to talk, and my phone is currently at 12%. And then I just have the Twitch stream pulled up on my laptop.
Oh, God.
I'm doing so well.
What a setup. That reminds me of the setup I used to have when I played Overwatch in, like, freshman year of college. Because I would, like... I don't know why I would do this, but for whatever reason, I would have Discord open on my phone so I could talk to, like, my friends who were playing with me, and then have, like, my computer playing the game. So I would have one pair of earbuds, like, going into my headphones, trying to listen to my friends over the game audio. I have no idea why I did this. I have
It's
no
so funny.
idea whatsoever.
No, I think you were on this something.
Why didn't I just use Discord on my computer? Like, you know, a sane person.
No, I do that.
The thing is, I have to assume you had a reason.
I have to
forgotten
assume
it.
I had a reason. Like, I distinctly remember being like, oh yeah, this is gonna, like, be such an annoying setup. Like, I'm gonna have to do all this stuff just to make this work. But what was I trying to make work? Straight up, what was I doing?
There was a problem that you solved so well, you forgot you had it. You just knew the solution.
And I just remember getting new headphones and then being like, wow, problem solved. What was the problem? Alright, is everyone back?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Everyone is back. Alright, did anyone want to do stuff before I make you all sleep?
Godfrey
Way ahead of you. I'm already asleep.
Nice.
Godfrey is working, you said, right?
Yeah, he's working by the fire.
Did you say Val was... Who said they were asleep? Wait, I
I
couldn't
think
tell.
Octavia's asleep.
Edwin is asleep.
Edwin is asleep.
Octave and Edwin. So it's only Val... Gare's in the tent. So it's only Godfrey, Val, and Archibald right now.
And Amalthea.
Amalthea is, like, dozing by the fire.
Oh.
It's past her bedtime.
She's an adult who has no bedtime.
I'm going to, in that case, Archibald's gonna wait for everyone else, all the youth, Gare count, to fall asleep. No, Gare doesn't count. He just went to bed first thing, so he gets to miss out.
Gare's
I'm
in
gonna
his
tap
tent, yeah.
Because of that, because Archibald needs, Val will, kind of, shake Amalthea and help her get to bed.
Yeah.
So she's not just sleeping on the ground.
Very nice of you.
Yeah. And after Val is done with that, Archibald will walk up and just sort of tap on his shoulder and just sort of do the finger over the mouth thing, and just sort of motion like, come with me for a second, come here, and just sort of walk quietly over to where Gottfried is presumably still sitting, being his mad scientist little self.
He's still over there.
Val was going to go sit there anyway, so Val just kind of walks with the most exasperated look on their face, on her face as she sits down and is like, "What?"
So Archibald just kind of obviously gets Gottfried's attention and just sort of squats down next to you and just sort of rocks back and forth like, on the balls of his heels a little bit and just says, I have to ask, do you guys have any idea what the hell you guys are getting into with this? Like, do you know? Really?
You're gonna have to be more specific, I think. I'm getting into a lot of things all the time.
I wouldn't say I know specifically what I'm getting into, but I was a janitor at a magic school for 25. How long? I think I made it about 25 years. And I defended that school during 2 wars. And at this point, I could not care less what happens. I am here because the school, which took me in as a janitor, and when there were rumors that I was a less than great person, whether or not they were true doesn't technically matter, but whatever. They weren't. I realize as I'm saying this, that makes me sound like they were true. They were not.
Yeah, Godfrey's just gonna be like raised eyebrows, like, oh. Uh-huh.
Val's like, wait, no, that they weren't true. What am I talking about? Anyway, but I've seen a lot of shit, and truthfully, at this point, if whatever happens to me happens, I'm just here along for the ride.
When they fucking picked me up and just kind of locked me up, said, we need someone to go lead some people around Jugdral or whatever. I was like, sure, why not? Book of Naga, there's 1,000 replicas of those fucking things. There's no way. Like, sure, whatever. Looking for a book, why not? But this is a little. I just didn't get at the start of this just how. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I just I didn't realize how much shit people just forgot with time. I didn't. Oh god. Gods, right? In universe, gods. Sorry, plurals. You two know what I am, right? You know about Earth dragons.
Godfrey is going to, like, give, like, a little bit of a nod, but he's, like, kind of side-eyeing you, like, huh, lizard that becomes man. Interesting.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert on them or anything, but
you're from Arcanea, though, right? You know,
yes,
like,
yes, I'm from Arcanea.
You read a history book. You know some semblance of that. I hope that whole thing, reigns of terror and all that.
Yes, I was classically educated as a general in the Arcanean army. Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously I'm not a divine dragon. I don't know what about me would scream divine, but I think it's pretty clear what I am. Lack of wings and everything. But I grew up around here, okay? Like this, not here. More, east, north, somewhere. Not entirely sure. But I am a dragon. I'm a lot older than I look. And the fact that, I don't know, the reason I'm talking with you two and not the, I don't know, kids over there is that, where the fuck do you even start with this? So, the Earth Dragons, right? Dark Empire, reigns of terror, evil creatures from, whatever, far over the seas. That's what this is. Like, that point on the map that do I have the map? Who had the map?
The map went back to Octavia, but I
Octavia.
assume it's just, like, laying around.
You were talking about you guys are talking now about going up like northeast of here, like straight up through towards Salice, or Salice used to be, whatever it is, and you guys don't even know the name of this. We are very rapidly approaching what is basically the former heart of this continent. Back when I was a little fledgling dragon. And we are approaching basically the heart of where everything that is wrong. This place that's just like a shithole, bandits everywhere, bunch of ruined temples, entire cities full of corpses. We are rapidly getting to the heart of all that, the place where all that comes from. This town here, just pointing out over the city that was literally just full of corpses, that what we just saw there, that is not a weird anomaly. That is the piles of bodies are going to, if that's any indication, are going to get bigger the further we go this direction. Like, this is, I don't know. Like, I need everyone here to understand. I don't talk to people. I don't know what the fuck to even say to kids, but I need someone here to know what you guys are headed for. All right, like this is not.
It's been so long since you were there. It's probably gotten at least a little bit better, or maybe different is a better word.
No.
I've been to the center of the continent before. I mean, it's not great. Nothing's great, but I would say piles of bodies are the norm.
When I received this assignment, the information we had on Jugdral was that it was a continent that had been destroyed by war and was currently a mess. I was not expecting anything remote. I mean, I wasn't necessarily expecting a fucking white beast or whatever, but I wasn't coming here thinking it was going to be fun. I was expecting to find corpses and fighting and blood, and I'm used to that. But I appreciate your caution. I appreciate the fact that you are willing, that you want to share this to keep all of us safe. And I am grateful that you are wary, because having someone with that kind of paranoia implies that it's irrational. But someone that's willing to think and be worried might save our asses. But unfortunately, well, I don't know if necessarily unfortunately, but this is my mission, and even when I finish missions, whether or not good or bad things happen. So.
Oh, sorry, my mic just. I saw the mic just completely fail to light up there when I responded. Just deep sigh. It's like, right. Okay, how you want to go about explaining this to everyone else tomorrow morning is, it's up to you, too. But I've take it from someone who, I guess is the sort of magical secret that people go seeking out. Around here, there's been a lot of that, and it does not end well, generally. I'm gonna go keep watch, I guess. I'll see you two in the morning, and I'm gonna sort of stand up and walk off
Before
back
you
to the
leave,
edge of the cliff
can
there.
I get what's your passive perception? I believe it is your perception plus 10. But you might want to double check that in the rule book.
Oh, the rule book. Okay,
The rule
that was
book.
probably the character sheet. player manual, you mean?
Yeah, player manual, whatever.
Control F, passive.
Val's is 16, if that matters.
There is no passive perception. It's only perception.
No, there's passive versions of all of the stats. It might just say passive instead of passive perception.
The only word passive is for passive skill proficiencies. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. Archibald's not as shit as I thought he was. Mine's just a 7 then. Looks like.
Okay, yeah, go on your way. You're fine.
Cool.
Don't worry about it.
That's what everyone loves to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy. He's paranoid and not observed. There's a reason he's paranoid. Dude's about as perceptive as a stick.
Oh, King. Alright, so you're gonna go off and do guard duty or whatever?
Back to where I threw that bag of shit over the cliff, just kind of looking.
Okay. Val, what are you up to?
I mean, Val doesn't have anything to say specifically to the two people that are awake, or anyone for that matter. So, Val will make sure that they're not about to start a forest fire, and then go to bed.
Okay. Sounds good. So, as the hour of the night grows later, and eventually all 4 of you are asleep, someone else is on guard duty. Doesn't really matter who. I'm gonna
Make Gare do it.
Gare's on
Make Gare do it.
Gare's on guard duty.
You know what? No, I'll make it canon. I will, as the last one up, I will physically wake up Gare because he went to bed first. He fucking...
He's gonna give you the dirtiest stink eye ever, but he understands that it's important for someone to take watch, so he's gonna sit grumpily on a log a couple feet away from camp. But yes, all 4 player characters are currently asleep. Can I get a luck roll from everybody?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Why?
Don't worry about
I
it.
should not have trusted you saying that it was going to be a chill role-playing chapter.
Never trust me.
9.
Who's got the lowest roll?
Oh wait, I need to find my D20.
My bet, I think it's probably gonna be me with a solid 7.
Okay, lowest is currently a 7.
It can always go. This is a SAM system. It can always go lower.
18.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Is 7 the lowest?
5.
5!
Oh.
Really?
No, God.
Alright.
You're already blind!
It's fine. It's
It's
probably
a luck
fine.
roll. It's a luck roll, right?
Yeah, it's a luck
Yeah.
roll. Edwin!
Yeah, it's 18.
Yeah.
Edwin, you awake
Yeah.
in the middle of the night feeling, like your feet are extremely cold. So you, wake up. You wake up. It's still clearly dark out and it's very quiet, but you feel strange. You feel like something's off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would probably get up and try to do something about my feet. Am I still like wearing my clothes?
Yes, you're
Probably.
still
We don't
wearing your
have-
clothes, and
Yeah.
weirdly enough, you can see them. You can see everything.
That is
Oh.
weird.
But yes, it's clear that you're,
I knew that taking a nap would work.
I'm cured! Your socks have escaped you, and your shoes are nowhere to be found in your tent, unfortunately.
That is weird. Well, I have to go outside and look for my shoes, I guess. Someone must have taken them for some reason that I don't understand. But they're all adults, so they probably did it for a good reason.
Oh no.
So you go outside?
Yeah.
Alright, you go outside, and clearly it is like 3 a.m. There is no one out, but weirdly enough, you don't see anyone, like, guarding the perimeter of the tent. You don't know that Gare was the guard, but Gare isn't there. The stump that he was moping on is empty. And And even weirder, there seems to be a fire still going.
That is weird.
Do you want to
Well,
investigate?
I do want to investigate, I think.
There is
Also, if I can see my shoes anywhere, my feet are cold.
No, your shoes are gone. You don't know where your shoes are.
That is really unfortunate.
But as you walk towards the fire, thankfully you start to warm up, and you immediately notice that there's actually something cooking on the fire.
Oh.
It smells pretty good. It's in a big pot that you don't remember you guys actually bringing with you on this journey. It's not the kind of thing you naturally carry around if you're wandering around the countryside. Yeah. But it's like a big soup pot, and there's something boiling in it.
Can I try to see what is boiling in it? Like, see if I can identify what it is?
Sure. What kind of roll would that be, do you think? Maybe just, like, perception?
Yeah,
Medicine,
that's fair.
maybe?
Culinary skill here. Alright, 11.
11? It's clearly some sort of, like, thin stew. You can see chunks of, like, really, like, stringy meat floating around inside of it. But, I mean, it smells pretty good. It smells, I guess, normal. It doesn't smell, weird or anything. You know, you have no idea who's cooking, because clearly everyone is either asleep or not here. But yeah, there's just this pot of stew over the fire.
Huh. That is weird. And it is weird that there's no one here. And I think it would be a little bit rude to eat someone else's soup, so I should probably see where other people are and like look around for them and investigate the other tents if those are still here as well.
Yeah, the tents are exactly where you left them last night.
Okay.
Obviously now you can see them, so it's easier to navigate them.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you poke your head into the tents, you see that everyone's stuff is still here, and there's some stuff in that tents where you're like, oh, clearly someone was like using this, or someone's like sleeping in this bed, but there's actually nobody inside any of the tents.
Everyone left in a real hurry. I have to assume it's not because something was coming here to attack them, because then they probably would have woken me up, I hope. So can I look at the like surrounding areas to see if I see any signs of where they went? Like, I'm not a tracker or anything, but like footprints would be pretty obvious, like horse footprints.
Sure. Do you want to do a perception check to just scan the area for clues?
Yeah. Oh, that one's better. 17?
17?
Yeah.
You can see the tracks that you guys made as you came into the area. And you can see places where like water was dumped out and stuff like that. But you can't see any footprints or signs that people actually like got up and left.
Especially weird. Can I like, okay, this is gonna be really stupid, but can I like yell like, "Hey guys, where'd you go?"
You can yell whatever you like, and your voice like echoes down off the cliff and into the valley, and you get kind of like a quiet answer of your own voice. But nobody responds.
That's weird. Like, not even any like creatures or anything.
Nope, it is completely and utterly silent.
That is really weird.
Also, your feet are cold again.
Darn it! Can I go back by the fire?
Yeah, you can go back by the fire.
All right. I want my feet to be warm. I assume I didn't find my boots anywhere.
Yeah, your boots are gone. You can steal other people's clothing if you like, but your boots and socks are gone.
That is really unfortunate. If I found anyone's boots, I will take them and put them on so my feet aren't.
As you turn back to the fire to get warm, you notice that there's more logs on the fire than there were a second ago, as if someone's been tending it while you were looking away and investigating other people's tents. The stew is boiling more now. It's finished looking.
That's weird. This feels like a ghosts thing, but I don't know if I believe in ghosts entirely. So I'm just gonna go get those boots and put them on.
You're raiding someone else's tent?
Yeah.
Okay, Gare's tent is right next to yours, let's say, so you can go ahead and steal his stuff. And as
Here's
you're...
a punching bag.
He deserves it. No, he doesn't. He didn't.
I feel like Trikey is currently in the beginning of a creepypasta.
Yeah.
And then Slender Man.
Just steal Gare's boots. Just steal them.
Yes, but as you're fiddling trying to get his boots on, because they are covered in metal, because they are armored boots, because he is a Merberdom or whatever,
Yeah.
you hear a sound coming from outside.
See if they came back.
So as you poke your head out, it's completely obvious that no one is back yet. There's only you, the fire, the soup pot, and empty tents all around, but you still hear the noise, and you're able to make it out now. It sounds kind of like someone crying.
Uh-huh. Okay, this is literally the beginning of this is a creepypasta. Edwin is experiencing a real life, an SCP, if you will.
Can I tell where the crying is coming from?
Yeah, you take a minute to get your bearings, sort of turn your head around a couple times, and the crying actually seems to be coming from your tent.
Okay, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn my desk light on real quick because it's getting dark.
Oh no!
No, it's just like the sun just went down here as well, so I was like, oh. What a time to notice that it's dark in my room. Well, I have to go see who's in my tent.
Alright, so you're gonna investigate?
Yes.
Okay. You and your fancy new armored boots are going to poke your way into the tent. And at first you don't see anything, but then you notice that your bed doesn't actually seem to be empty. There seems to be somebody in this little cot of yours.
I can see the person?
You can try
Or,
to
like,
make
the
their
blanket.
face out in the darkness if you
Oh.
like.
I think I want to.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. They're right in front of you. Actually, I will make you roll for that. If you want to,
Okay.
like, I try to identify who it is.
Yes, I do want to try. Is that perception probably too?
Yeah, it's perception.
Okay, 6.
You definitely have no idea who this person is at first, so you have no choice but to draw closer. And as you walk across the rough floor of the tent, you hear something like sort of crunching underfoot and digging into the dirt beneath the tent. Yeah, but you keep approaching this person who you can't quite identify. They seem to be definitely on the short side, and by the pitch of their voice, you can guess that they're a little girl or a small child, maybe.
Yeah. I think I would assume it's a Malthea maybe if it's that kind of size of person. Or would she be bigger than that?
It's like around Amalthea's size, probably a little bit shorter.
Okay, close enough. I'm like, oh, Amalthea, what's going on? Are you okay?
As you get close enough to finally, like, see, I guess, in the darkness to a degree, you realize that no, this is absolutely not Amalthea at all. This is some girl you've never seen before. She's got like ratty dark hair. You can't really tell what color it is because it's super dark in your tent. But it hasn't been combed. It's like matted as she's been laying down for several days without moving. She's got like tears all over her face, and you notice quite quickly that she actually has blood all over her mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, did she respond to me saying anything, or?
Very slowly she moves her eyes over to look at you, and they're bloodshot and red. She looks like she's been very, very ill.
Oh. I want to say just like, oh, I thought you were someone else, but are you okay? You don't look very well.
She makes like a weak coughing noise as she like brings her hand to her mouth and she wipes away some of the blood that's on her cheek, but it just returns rather quickly. And as she opens her mouth to cough, you can see that she has no teeth. The inside of her mouth is just bloodied gums. And she shakes her head and she's like reaching for you. She tries to say something, but she can't.
Oh, this is my tent. If I had like a water or anything, can I like try to find it and give it to her?
Yeah, you probably have a little water pouch somewhere.
Edwin is being so nice to this girl that, like, if this were me, I'd be like, I'm gonna die. This is a nightmare, and or like I'm experiencing an SCP in real life.
Should I roll to find my object? Because I there was something crunchy on the floor that's making me nervous.
Okay, yeah, you can roll to feel around for your water bottle.
12.
What are you rolling for? I'm just gonna
I was doing perception
to find it.
12? Yeah.
Okay, so you get down on the floor, you're feeling around, and your hand passes over a bunch of strange pebble-like things that were on the floor that you definitely cleared away before you lay down for the night. But you do find your water bottle. It's right in your pack where you left it, and thankfully it is full. So you get to your feet, and you have the water bottle in your hand now.
Okay, I would like to give it to her, which I assume I have to get in close to her anyway.
Yep, you get right back up close to her, and you help her with the water bottle since she's very sick and probably can't do it by herself. It goes great for a second. She seems to be doing fine, and then she all of a sudden has a terrible, terrible coughing fit. And as she opens her mouth to cough, you can see that her mouth isn't all just raw gums anymore. There seems to be something poking its way through her jaw.
Oh. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I mean, she's still like clearly sick, so I'm just gonna like make sure she drinks some water and then be like, oh, and there's like soup outside that someone made. Can you eat that?
She's just gonna continue coughing. She's having some sort of fit as you try to give her more water. It doesn't seem to be helping very much. Whatever was poking through her gums has now fully emerged, and you can see that she now sports a full set of sharp fangs. And it's not just the front two teeth, it's every tooth.
Oh. Well, that's not good. I think I'm gonna leave her with the water bottle and go outside real quick because it seemed like there was someone outside.
All right. So as you exit, you leave her with the water bottle. You feel the crunch of something on the floor as you leave. And you go outside, and the soup pot is now mostly gone. It's just a little bit at the bottom, the last dregs of what other people didn't want. And the fire's basically smoldered down to nothing.
Well, that's unfortunate because I was gonna give her some of the soup.
There's definitely enough to like get maybe one or two more bowls out of it, but clearly whoever made it has already taken their fill.
Yeah, that is really weird, but all I can do is keep doing the logical thing because I can't really find anyone. So I'm gonna get some soup and bring back some soup.
Okay. You get some soup into the pot, and you return to your bed, but when you open your tent, she is gone, and the only thing that remains is 2 rows of teeth on your pillow.
Oh.
And
Like
then,
laying there, like arranged.
Yep, arranged in how they would go in your mouth.
Oh.
And then, all of a sudden, you wake up. It is morning, and you are blind.
Man.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Well, I guess it was a dream, but like that would have been cool if just napping just worked.
Not gonna make it that easy.
Medical science is not his specialty, I will say.
But yes, it is the morning. Everyone else seems to be running around outside. Everyone is waking up now. You are all welcome to do things before it is time to evacuate the area.
Val will, Godfrey would probably go tell Edwin that the panacea is ready if he wants to take it, yeah?
Yeah, Godfrey is up and about, and it's immediately obvious that Godfrey slept like shit. Or he didn't sleep. Maybe he was working all night on this. But he has successfully crafted one panacea, which he proudly displays to Edwin, despite the fact that Edwin can't see it. He's going to put it in Edwin's hand and says, if you want to, you can try this. I think it'll work. I'm pretty sure it'll work.
Oh, okay, so it's just like medicine, right? You just like drink it.
You just drink it.
Okay.
Octavia watches.
The whole. You have to drink the whole thing.
Okay. Is it better if I take it with food or?
Godfrey thinks for a second before shrugging. He has no idea.
Okay, well I'm gonna eat food first, I think. And probably do terribly at it, but you know.
1 second, sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
editing my notes to reflect that supplies have been used. Alright, so you guys are all eating breakfast, chilling out. Someone found eggs, someone found berries, hunting and gathering. Is there anything else people would like to do before I inflict plot?
Archibald just kind of, from moment one, just kind of, around, still nervous, still worried.
Still a little wound up.
But in a slightly aloof, I'm also a dragon sort of way.
Octavia yells over, Archibald, do you want breakfast?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, come to the fire. I'm not gonna bring it to you.
He does. He eats food. He's not that immortal.
He'll get there. Alright, so you guys eat your fill of random shit you found in the forest that's hopefully not poisonous. It's not. Amalthea was happy to assure you that everything that she found in the wild is stuff that she eats on a regular basis. If you trust what a 15-year-old puts in their body on a regular basis. It's all Mountain Dew.
There is nothing.
Fantasy Mountain Dew!
It's Fantasy Mountain
Gamer
Dew.
fuel.
Literal Mountain Dew. We're on a mountain.
Honestly, I can't judge her. I ordered a dozen cookies from KFC tonight.
God, I wish
Wait,
that
just
was me.
cookies?
No, I got other stuff too. But
okay,
if you get KFC delivery, you can't get one cookie. You have to order
in bulk?
12 cookies.
What?
Oh my god.
Well, you're stocked up for the rest
So
of the
I have 12 cookies from KFC.
Nice. The dream.
Nice.
But yes, breakfast, Mountain Dew, everything's good, life is good. Edwin, you are still holding the panacea. And Godfried's like hovering over your shoulder at this point.
I don't know if I noticed.
You can probably like feel him, like the vibe.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna take it because it sounds fine. No one has stopped me.
Okay. So you drink it, and at first you don't feel like anything's happening, but slowly but surely, your vision begins to come back in sort of like spotty areas. Kind of like when you see an old photograph being developed. It looks like that. And you can make out the faces of your compatriots, and everyone's just kind of like staring at you in varying levels of curiosity and concern, just kind of waiting to see what this strange blood soup does.
What a way to describe it.
Octavia holds up her hand and has 3 fingers up. Can you see my fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, how many am I holding up?
3.
In the distance, like lined up behind Octavia. Wait, who put up their hand? Wow, I'm bad with the voices
I think
today.
it was Octavia.
Yeah, Octavia.
Yeah, in the distance, like, you know the bunny ears thing someone does in like
Yeah.
Archibald there's an extra 2 fingers of Archibald's visible in the distance. Like Octavia's got like 7 fingers right now if you're not paying attention.
God damn it, Archibald.
Something.
Val shoves him.
Good.
Val?
You deserve that.
This man just regained his vision. Don't be an asshole.
Godfried is gonna take Edwin by the shoulders and spin him around and shake him a little bit and say, "Did it work?"
Don't make him throw up.
Yeah, I just ate, man. You drank your blood soup.
But did it work?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can see stuff.
Do you feel sick?
Well, you did just spin me around.
Other than that, do you feel... Does it hurt anywhere?
I don't think so. If it's doing anything, probably I haven't noticed yet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you feel completely fine. You don't have to roll for that. You feel exactly like you did a couple minutes ago, except now you can see. So, an overall improvement.
And a hell of an aftertaste.
Yeah,
probably.
It does not taste good.
Yeah.
It tastes probably like, if you've ever undercooked beef, but it's still a little cold in the middle. It tastes like that, plus, like, a sparkler.
Yeah.
Out of
Listen,
curiosity.
My intrusive thoughts are constantly like, you should just eat raw beef.
Do not.
Oh, no.
No, I've never done it, but my intrusive thoughts are like, man, the texture on that, and I'm like, please stop.
Hey,
that will make me sick. That will make me fit, and it's like, yeah, but it'd be worth it. And I'm like, no.
Beef time.
Hey, DM.
Yes. Yeah, what's up?
Out of curiosity, having just drank from I don't know, I assume a vial of this blood liquid, whatever, while blind, does Edwin by chance happen to have a bit of blood on his cheek or chin, like a red stain, like sort of
yeah, he has a little bit of like
on.
a red spot on his lip, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit on his fingers where like the edge of the vial was.
Archibald did not have any weird dreams last night, so he draws no connections whatsoever.
But yes,
I'm gonna clean that right up.
Your sight has completely returned, and Godfried gives the most relieved sigh you've ever heard, as he like sort of leans over and puts his hands on his knees like he's just run like 40 miles.
I don't think we can just right out of the gate guarantee that nothing bad has happened. I mean, I'm optimistic. because you said, I mean, he got his sight back and he feels fine now, but medicine can have long-term side effects. I don't think you should collapse just yet.
Trust me, if the worst of the side effects was happening, it would have already happened. It's fine. It's fine.
I thought you said you tested this on a dog.
I did.
And what happened to the dog?
Nothing.
Based on your reactions, something happened, and you should tell us.
The first dog had some problems. The additional dogs did not. He's fine, I promise.
Octavia has this crunched up look of slight anger and slight annoyance, and then it just collapses into resignation. Like, can't change it now.
It's a matter of trial and error. You can't just expect me to get it right on the first try.
Well, hopefully you don't need to use us as test subjects next time. But that also means, as the expert in this, make sure that you look after Edwin's condition in the coming weeks while we're traveling.
Godfrey, nods, yes, definitely.
Good.
Alright. Edwin, you may erase blindness from your sheet, and you may get those, growth points back that you had to take off. I just need to blow my nose real quick.
Conveniently, I still managed to get a point of luck when I was born.
Nice.
Hooray!
Excellent. All right. Okay, so everyone is going to pack up their camping supplies as Godfrey begins to lead you north. Can I get a traversal check from whoever?
Not me.
I have a proficiency in traversal. Do you have proficiency?
I actually have a 1 now, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate.
Oh,
That's a 10. That's not a 6, that's a 9, that's a 10.
Okay, nothing too atrocious happens. Unfortunately, you don't meet any traveling merchants on the road like, Gare and Amalthea had hoped for. They'd hoped to pick up some extra rations, but you don't find any. That's fine. You just forage again. 3 days of berry eating didn't hurt anybody. But
no one got the runs.
Everyone is fine. Nobody got sick. Edwin continues to not have any side effects. Godfrey does make Edwin do some, the fitness gram pacer test, that kind of thing. Are you still healthy? Let's find out. And you perform just as badly as you would have before.
Yeah.
Because you were a little mage boy, not a soldier.
Huh? I'm sorry, for a second I thought for some reason I had expected you to finish that with "in real life."
Got him! Obliterated. But yes, there seems to be no lasting side effects as far as you can see, which makes everyone very happy, but especially Godfrey. It's not long before you reach the mountain range that he talked about before, Hell's Fingers, which is a very spiky, mountainous area, I guess, that has known for having a lot of caves, and in those caves live a lot of gargoyles. So you guys are being very careful as you travel, but thankfully, you don't happen to see any alive gargoyles. You see a couple dead ones, but what do you
Are any of them fresh?
Yeah, there's a couple fresh ones. You know how you see a dead bird on the side of the road? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I have several questions. Go on.
Okay.
Octavia, she looks at one of the less long-term dead ones, and she thinks about one of the books she got. And she's like, no, we don't have.
I forgot you took that book.
Yeah, she looks a little bit longer, but she's like, no.
Mm.
We're not that desperate yet.
While Octavia is looking at that, Archibald is also looking at it, but less, I want to cook this and more. You can, like, fly and shit. Why are you dead? What's going on there?
Yep.
The one you're standing over specifically has been shattered upon the road because they are made of stone. But they do have, like, meat inside. So this one has clearly been shot out of the sky by something.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for a bit more on the whole something there.
Okay, what are you rolling?
What do I roll for projectile?
You could just do perception to pick up on anything strange with the body.
Could I roll weaponry?
Yeah, you can roll weaponry.
Cool. I hate 5. Adventure is in not rolling more than a 10.
King.
Do you want to ask for help? And by that I mean ask someone else to do the roll, including me, who has proficiency in it?
Ooh. I also have proficiency in tactics.
Archibald has no idea, but he knows that it was probably killed by something. It's like, hey, do you, someone come take a look at this?
That's a 14.
14? It's a little bit hard to tell because, like I said, the outer shell of the creature has been completely cracked because it hit the road with incredible force as it fell. Those things are not light. But it does look like it's been, like, scorched by something. Either, like, fire or light magic. There seems to be, like, some burns on its body.
Fuck. Turns back to Godfrey. He's like, hey, did you... Oh, well, actually, I don't know that. I'm an idiot. Only Val knows that. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Forget I was about to say anything.
Only Val knows what?
I was about to do a gag, but I realized I have no idea what caused that damage.
Oh, Val, do you want to share with the class?
Yeah, Val shares the information. There's no reason not to.
Okay, then I immediately turn around and shout over my shoulder, Godfrey, hey, you do this?
Godfrey, who has had his weapon firmly sealed away this entire time, holds his hand up and gives you like a expression. Like, no, obviously he didn't do it because you would have seen it. You probably would have gotten the backwash of it, I guess.
Would have heard the artillery fire going off.
Yeah, it's not a quiet weapon. But no, he did not do this.
Oh, that's disconcerting. That's disconcerting, right? Looking up at Val.
Godfried is gonna shrug at you and say, not particularly.
That was to Val, not Godfrey.
Gotcha. Did Val die? Oh god. They got her.
Oh no.
I can't believe Val is dead.
You know what? We heard the oh no, and then it cut out again. You've been silent.
Wait, that was me.
So this is
Val died.
No, I did not die.
Oh, the shouting. You're back. Hello.
What happened?
I said I'm sorry. I forgot I had to hit push to talk.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm confused though. What?
Oh.
I spaced out for 0.2 seconds and then everyone was like, Val's dead. And I'm like, what?
No. After confirming that Godfrey is not blowing up gargoyles and we're not looking, I said, this is concerning, right? This is concerning, right?
I mean, probably. I can't exactly tell what did this, but the fact that it wasn't Godfrey means that something else has the firepower that he has. Whether that's an ally or an enemy, it is to be seen.
And can shoot things, and is good enough to shoot things out of the sky. Cool.
Godfrey, oh, no, you go first.
Okay, Octavia turns to Godfrey, is like, is there anything else that lives in this area?
Well, aside from the gargoyles, I think maybe we should just hurry up. I think we should just walk faster.
Okay, I'm gonna have a Actually, should I have a traversal to look if there's bad shit coming, or should I do a tactics roll?
I will let you do either one.
Okay, I'll pick traversal because I have more proficiency in that. Because I have a proficiency bonus. 10.
Ahead of you there seems to be a high path and a low path. The low path is shielded from view from the high path, and you can see that there's more bodies scattered along the high path, whereas the low path seems to be relatively clear. And they're not significantly higher or lower than each other. You can like climb up a little bit on the low path to see over like the edge. Be like, oh, what's going on up there?
Is there any rocks around?
It's a mountain. Yes.
Yeah. Octavia lifts up a rock. She turns to the others. She's like, I'm gonna test something. Is everyone cool with that?
Depends on what you're testing. What are you testing?
I'm gonna throw this rock at the high path and see if anything responds to it. And then,
oh yeah,
depending on what happens, either way, we're gonna book it down the low path.
Yeah, I've been throwing rocks at shit like all week, basically. Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Octavia.
science.
Yeah, cause and effect.
I actually did that last session. I did spend a large amount of time throwing rocks at skeletons.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You're like, okay, and Octavia throws a rock along the high path.
All right, it bounces along the high path and over the crest of the hill you're standing on, so out of sight, but you can hear it keep going. You don't hear anything. It just seems to be sounds of nature, you know. No gargoyles swoop in and attack you. So, seems to be relatively empty. Whatever killed this thing has come and gone.
She looks again to Gottfried. Which path did you take the last time you were here?
He's gonna look just like incredibly like he knows something. He says, I always take the high path, but maybe we should take the low path.
Well, I mean,
I may have forgotten to mention that there's a there might be a white beast that lives in these mountains, but we can just go around.
You fucking forgot to mention?
Fuck. That one of those you fucks was not for Godfrey. One of those you fucks was for Sam. fuck you. Oh, he forgot. Oh yeah.
You forgot.
It is obvious from the expression on his face that he did not forget, but is quickly deciding that this is not the time or place to deal with that sort of thing.
Okay, then Octavia takes his arm then you're gonna lead us down the low path now. You go first.
Hang on. Question before we do this.
Okay.
For who?
To Gottfried.
Okay.
Why do you always take the high path? Just for reference.
The white beast that lives in these mountains has a cave that it favors that's along the high path. So, if you need to get to it, that's how you get to it.
Have you taken blood from this thing before?
He nods yeah, definitely.
I wish I had a camera on, because I'm actually just staring wide-eyed in response at the balls of this fucking dude.
It's got... I need a moment before we go searching for these things again.
No, we're not gonna... We're avoiding it. We're avoiding it. We're gonna take the low path and we're gonna avoid it. It won't even know we're here. It literally never crosses over outside of its cave. It literally never leaves its cave. We'll be fine. You have to go looking for it if you want to find it.
Okay. And Octavia looks at everyone else like, low path.
Archibald has is actually face palming in the back like.
We have to take one or the other.
Oh.
Take the low path since we know that the high path has a white beast.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, sure, why not? I'm just saying, if I were a monster, right? If if I would almost certainly make my nest up high, and then I don't know, prey upon the things passing below. But yeah, nest bad, low path. There's no good option. Let's go.
Yeah, there's no good option. Octavia sounds so tired. I'm saying that.
All right, so y'all are going to take the low path, and Godfrey would be happy to lead you as a super weak attempt at peacemaking and apology. He will lead you to the low path, and as you're walking along the low path, you hear a sound above you. Can I get a hold on one second. Can I get a flat magic check? Just like no specific proficiency,
from
just
everyone?
magic. Yeah, from everyone.
Okay. Just a flat one?
Yeah, just a flat one.
My modifier's positive now. I got an 11.
Do I add my modifier?
I got a nat 20.
Yeah, did anyone get higher than a 15?
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Yes!
This everyone flat magic? That'll be a dirty 1.
Archibald has no idea what's going on.
Dirty 1, in case Sam is not. You know what a dirty 1 is?
No.
It's
why are you dirty?
Not non-natural.
It's
gotcha. Not a natural 1. It's different.
Okay.
Just saving myself from potentially getting murdered by the DM. You know.
Okay, so who got higher than a 15?
Val.
Yeah.
Oh, Val.
I got that 20.
Oh, Val. You immediately can identify the sound that you heard above for you because you were in wars, I believe. So you know the sounds of various magical attacks and actions. Cannot be more clearly. It is obviously the sound of a warp. Someone is just warped to the space above you, and as you're listening in, you can hear a bunch more warp sounds right above your heads on the high path. Someone has just appeared.
And Val, oh god, what would he do? Val uses his lance to point in that direction as silently as possible and like stage whispers, fuck. Just fuck.
Amalthea, Gare, and Godfried are all going to freeze mid-walk, and Godfried is going to move to press his back against the short cliff face where the high path and the low path are divided. And the other two are just gonna like get into like ready to spring up and run away stance, kind of unsure, caught in surprise, unsure of what to do. What are the rest of you up to?
Go ahead.
Well, how we react, is it based on our rolls, or do we have a choice?
You have a choice now that Val has gotten that natural 20 and informed the party that exactly what's happening.
Okay. Then Octavia also is gonna probably press further along the cliff face so she's less noticeable, hopefully.
Okay. Archibald, what's your vibe?
I'll assume he defaults to running away or hiding. In this case,
there are
probably
lots
more
of large
hiding.
rocks to hide behind here.
Yes, that.
Oh wait, actually, first of all, is Amalthea or Gare behind any of the rocks, or are they just still?
No, they're just still in the middle of the path like deer in headlights.
Yeah. Does Archibald care more about the fucking other idiot boy or about the child who he weirdly respects? He's going to grab both of them and just towards the nearest rocks.
Okay. They're happy enough to follow you. And thankfully you get behind cover just in time because someone pokes their head from over the high path to just like look around like, oh, I thought I heard a noise. But they do not see any of you. Those that are pressed against the wall are like just below him, and he doesn't look down that far, and everyone else is hiding behind rocks or just out of sight enough that he doesn't catch you. There's a bend in the path, so you could just walk right there and he won't see you. But yes, there's now a bunch of people on top of this high path, and they do begin to talk to each other as you guys are all hanging out. So who's against the wall? Who's close enough to
Octavia is against the wall.
Who else is against the wall? Anyone else?
It depends on. You have to tell me because I grabbed these two and pulled them towards the nearest shelter. So I don't know. I have no concept of what that is because I'm not the DM.
The nearest rock would be on the other side of the low path, so it's like, I guess, the other cliff face. There's like a little divot. So you can probably hear a lot of what they'd say, but not all of it from your position.
Okay.
Where's Edwin and Val?
Edwin probably took a second to figure out what was even going on, but he's trying to do what everyone else is doing.
Okay, so is he on the near or the far side?
Probably wherever Val went, because Val seems like the most sensible person.
Okay, Val, where are you?
Well, Val's on a horse.
I'm gonna say you have to be on the other side with the big rocks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only people directly underneath are Octavia and Godfried then?
I guess so.
Okay.
Your characters seem to just be perpetually in the line of fire.
I guess so.
There's recurring themes emerging.
Well, Octavia didn't give her reasons why she's on this trip, so maybe it's karmic.
Get into trouble. Get a little silly.
Val and Amalthea take turns being the one in the most awkward position. Edwin and Gare like have the shittiest luck of them all. Octavia and Godfrey get hit in the line of fire for like everything that hurts. And Archibald is just a shit goblin.
We love you for it. We love you, Archibald.
We love him for that.
Can't wait until Sam gives us our designated healer, and then there's two.
Oh, God.
All right. So the people upstairs are talking, and those directly underneath, so Octavia and Godfried can make out the voices clearly. Everyone else is sort of getting like half the conversation. And if you peer around the rocks, you guys can actually see them, whereas Godfried and Octavia cannot because they're directly underneath. So it seems to be a group of people. They're all wearing sort of like mages' robes. There's a couple people, women in like dresses holding either like umbrellas or some kind of like thing above their heads. but they all seem to be just like gathered around, chattering. It's very like a casual conversation. Like it looks out of place on the mountain. You'd expect a site like this more to be at like a fancy nobleman's party. Like it's kind of a weird vibe. But as you continue to watch, there are more warp flashes as a bunch of other people are teleported in. And one of the warp flashes is especially large, and it reveals just a massive pile of something. There's just a pile of. You see limbs in there, but you're not entirely sure if they're attached to anything. You don't know if they're people. They could be animals. It's a little hard to tell. You can't entirely see the entire. You can't see the entire flat part of the path above you, so it's hard to tell. There's a big blob of like meat or something, and after a little bit of conversation and stuff, some of the folks that teleported in who are dressed in less nice clothes. They're wearing sort of like soldiers' outfits or workmen's outfits, big old stomping boots for walking around on mountains, begin to approach something on the floor that's in front of them that none of you can see. And they grab clumps of meat from this pile and just begin throwing it at whatever this thing in the ground is. And it doesn't pile up again, so you can assume it's either like a divot or a big hole. But whatever it is, they're throwing lots of meat into it. And then after the pile seems to be mostly. Oh, do you want to talk?
I'm just saying, like, can we hear Octavia and Godfrey? Can they hear anything what they're saying?
Yeah, the conversation mostly just seems to be like weirdly enough small talk. Like people are asking like, "Oh, how are the kids?" You know, like, "Oh, I hear Becky got married. That's awesome." But like fancier, obviously. But yeah, it just seems to be like weirdly like a bunch of people hanging out. As they throw meat on the ground.
Does Octavia hear the meat being thrown?
You can hear them picking it up, but you cannot hear when it hits the ground.
Oh.
Okay.
Godfried, who is next to you, kind of has like his eyes closed, and he looks like very much like he's having a tension headache. But he's not gonna say anything, probably because you're very, very, very close to where the people upstairs are doing their thing.
I hate to ask more questions.
No, go for it.
But A, I've made a character just like this, and B, it's a group of weird socialites throwing meat into a pit. I gotta ask. There's no chance that Archibald recognizes anyone in that group.
Would you like to make a roll for that? I'm gonna make you make rolls for everything.
Sure, and I want to be clear here. Recognize in the like cultural knowledge sense.
Yeah, not like, oh yeah, that's Greg from accounting.
No, also like that. Also like that. If there is that, I want to know, because getting there. That's a... What was the roll for that? Because it's bad.
That could be history, I suppose. If you're looking to recognize an organization.
4!
4? Yeah, you don't know who these people are. You got no clue.
Cool.
They're not Manicheets, you know that instantly because they have human ears. But and I just realized your sprite doesn't have Manicheet ears, but that's fine.
I didn't have that many options.
Yeah, it's good.
I have the hair there covering it.
Covers it, yeah, stealthy. Yeah. But yeah, you don't immediately recognize anyone there, and you don't recognize their clothing, but you can kind of tell that these are obviously like, as you said, socialites, so like upper class, just based on what they're talking about and how they dress and how they act. Like all the women have like parasols and stuff. Men have walking sticks. Clearly this is like some night about town for whoever these people are.
Some things about Jugdral just never change.
The old meat hole gathering.
Socialites carting around, like, well-dressed socialites carting around, like, body parts.
You fools! You thought I would put the child hunts in a Jugdral campaign? No, I'm kidding. You have no idea what the meat is. It's,
my notes today mentioned the child hunts.
Oh!
Like 4 times.
Cheppy thinking deeply about child hunts. That's never healthy. But as the last of the meat disappears into wherever they're throwing, there's a one last warp sound, and suddenly all the conversation quiets, and you can just hear like the shuffling of footsteps, and then suddenly the earth beneath your feet seems to shake, and pebbles are being scattered across the road. Someone up on the high path shouts something very loud. You can't quite understand what he's saying. It does sound like a man though. You can't quite understand what he's saying, and then suddenly there is a bright flash of golden light. Could the people on the far side make a perception check?
Did you say I was technically far side?
Yep, you're
right?
far side. Yeah. Edwin is far side, and Valente is far side. Amalthea and Gare are cowering, so they're not perceiving.
Valente,
They are simply trying to be alive.
I will roll a number that is higher than a 10. And it's not that day!
Oh.
Anyone get higher than a 15?
Yeah.
Sorry, what kind of roll was it?
That was a perception check.
Okay.
Val got a 16.
Yay!
All right, so everyone that rolled higher than a 16,
There's no way that's a 16.
Not only do you manage to like stay on your feet during this earthquake, but from beneath the earth you hear like a rumbling, angry noise that you are immediately able to recognize because you just fought something that makes that kind of noise. There is something beneath you that sounds an awful lot like a very angry white beast, and it's getting closer. And it echoes quite a bit. So whatever it is, it's crawling around beneath you, and it's very angry now.
Like in the earth or
like
coming
in
up?
the earth.
Sam?
Yes?
I have to be honest. That was another dirty one on that roll.
Not only does Archibald not hear the noise, he gets distracted by a bird. He's like
watching the skies for more gargoyles, like, eh.
Yeah. So you don't hear the noise until it becomes like extremely loud, and it's right there. And then right as it sounds like it's going to be right upon you, maybe it's coming out of that place where they threw the meat in. That seems to be the vibe check.
Logical.
There is a blinding flash, another blinding flash of golden light. And out from the upper path, can I get a magic check from everyone?
From everyone?
From everyone.
Did better.
Oh.
I got a not natural 20.
Hey!
Any kind of magic in particular?
Just magic.
10.
Plus modifier, correct?
Yep.
9.
4.
Anyone that got a 10 or higher, is able to perceive the magic without getting like blinded instantly. And for the NPCs, God, Amalthea and Gare are just like not on their game today at all. Neither is Godfrey. Godfrey didn't see it either.
I'm keeping them alive, and I suck today.
You're setting a great example, King. But anyone that got a 10 or higher is able to look through the blinding light and see the shape underneath. And you can make out 2 massive golden wings coming from the upper step, as something long and vaguely lizard-like tunnels its way underground. And there's like the sound of ripping. And then suddenly the light goes out. Whatever that creature was that was just summoned is gone. And all the nobles that were gathered around, or you assume they're nobles, the socialites all gathered around. None of them seemed like they were like nervous or anything, but they're all just like standing around politely clapping like they're at a golf game.
Interesting. Don't think I like it.
the person that had cast whatever that spell was, he you can't see his face. He's wearing some sort of like hooded outfit. He's very much like not showing his face to the crowd, but he leans over to one of the people that's standing next to him, and then suddenly he warps away very quickly, and the rest of the socialites follow him without a trace. Suddenly, the upper step is empty, except for the big hole, which is still smoking.
Oh, fuck. Octavia turns to look at Gottfried.
Gottfried is already halfway through climbing over the ridge. So he's just going.
Oh, fuck me. And Octavia goes after him.
Yeah, he's already running up over the ridge. He makes it over and he runs over to the hole that's in the ground, and you can see now that you get close, I assume Octavia is following him. What are the rest of you doing before I do anything else? What are the rest of you up to?
Probably cowering in fear, but it's probably done now since there's nothing like actively right here.
Okay.
It does look like golden dragon wings to someone who would know. Sam?
Oh, you're asking me. I thought you were asking in character.
No, I am asking because Archibald would know if it was divine or dragon
those
wings.
definitely look like dragon wings, and that was definitely a lot of gold light that you saw.
Fuck. Shit. Fuck. That's in character. That bit's in character. That's Archibald.
Alright. So Godfrey and Octavia are by the pit, and you can see now that this is clearly the cave Godfrey was talking about. Perhaps you had originally assumed that it would be like a horizontal cave, but no, it's a big hole in the ground. And it's still like there's still smoke pouring out of it, but he actually, Godfrey to be specific, he runs out onto the edge of the cave and then puts his foot over the like black abyss.
What are you doing?
He says, no, it's fine, look. And he steps into the black abyss only to be repelled by it a little bit as a thick glowing blue rune appears. It seems to be some sort of ward that's preventing him from falling, sealing the top of the cave. He says, well, there goes my whole schedule, but at least we're not dead, I guess.
What? Who were those people?
They're just some nobles. They also, you know, people like it when their nobility like to deal with the monsters that are in the area. But if they get to something before I do, then obviously, and he stamps on the blue glowing rune again. He says, well, obviously I can't get in now, so fuck me, I guess.
Octavia also is like comprehending his remarks, and then she just like marches over to him and like grabs the front of his little lapels.
You're both standing on the ward now, so you're both like on the over the abyss. But he looks incredibly alarmed, but also incredibly upset.
What were the rest of your plans? I want to hear every single part of it if you're going to continue on this. Is this the only white beast that is on your map remaining?
He's going to look down at you, and then after a moment of pondering, he's gonna say, no, it's not.
Are you going to tell me where the rest of them are? Or are we going to have an issue that goes up like this, where we either walk into a pit or we almost get found out by some prissy ass nobles who literally have the firepower to probably decimate us all?
They only
If they
decimate
felt
you if
like
they
it.
find you.
Oh, is he like having that point? And Octavia is like so close to just punching him at that. And she just stops herself and like shoves him back and walks back to the others, like, get over here. We're going back to the others.
Godfrey's gonna spend like a minute like looking at the big pit in the ground. He's not gonna quite rejoin you guys yet. He's gonna do his own thing over there. But yes, you walk back to the others who are now back on the lower path, collected. Gare looks particularly grumpy now, whereas Amalthea has shaken off her fear and is just kind of curious as to what the hell was that. She's never seen anything like that before.
Octavia like explains what Godfrey is trying to do or was trying to do, and she's also like, what the fuck happened? I didn't see. I just heard them prattling on.
That was a dragon.
What?
That flash of light, that was a dragon. I saw the wings up there. That is a dragon. Not me, not Earth Dragon. Going by the light, Divine Dragon. Like, you know.
Naga.
Yeah. Oh gods.
Oh god. And Octavia, like, there's like a slight point where there's just nausea over her face. And she just goes to the side to like brace her hand against the cliffside just to take a moment. It's like, I didn't. Fuck. That's where she's at right now until someone else reacts, goes to her, or Godfrey comes down.
How's Edwin and Valente doing? What's the vibe?
Afraid.
Afraid.
So in 20 when the earthquake happened and then later did terribly. So my flavor text for that is that Garlic knew exactly what was happening.
Garlic is really the brains of this operation.
Exactly. he was ready and he went, fuck no, and is a ways away at this point. Because he was like, nope, the earth is shaking.
Are you on Garlic, or did Garlic...
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you've just been gone.
Valente, now that she has her sight back because the spell was very blinding and hard to see, and is now under, like, whoa, okay, that happened, is on her way back to everyone else. Garlic is not glad that they are walking towards where the shaking earth was, but he's a warhorse, so he'll do it. He's just, you can tell he's spooked.
So y'all are just standing around right now. Do y'all have anything else you want to discuss before I do more things?
Question, not for you, but Dwyer, you said it. Well, Sam said it's been days, right? Would Val have explained any of this, or I guess on Sam's case, Godfrey for that? But either of you two have explained the whole Archibald's deep-seated paranoias thing?
Godfrey has said nothing
that
to
have come
anyone
up during the walk?
Godfrey has said nothing to anyone.
I think at different times Val has been vague about it to different people. Because he doesn't want to, like, I think he probably goes pretty in depth to Octavia in that there are dangers ahead, and then tells Edwin a lot about, like, oh, Archibald has said historically this is where X happened, and then to Amalthea not said much because she's very little. But the idea was prepare the person who's here to fight for fighting, give Edwin the information he needs as the student guy person, whatever the fuck. And then Gare, I think Val forgot Gare wasn't there.
Gare's in the dark. He has no idea what's going on.
Archibald, he's like, yeah, Archibald told like all the older people, so he knows, right? And that's a no.
Archibald assumes that Godfrey or Val don't care at this point because the other people kind of know.
Excellent. Poor Gare.
Poor Gare. I feel like I know this person. He might be me.
Oh no!
No! Alright, so as you guys are standing around, talking amongst each other, shaking yourselves out, getting untensed, Godfrey is finally going to reappear, and he's going to climb down from the upper path and kind of hover awkwardly on the outskirts of the group. Not really saying anything. He's just got his hands in his pockets. Weird facial expression.
Octavia sees him and is like, come on. Get here.
He rejoins the circle, clearly expressing via body language that not only does he not want to be here, he knows that you don't want him to be here. So he does kind of look like he's about to run away at any moment.
And Octavia's like, you are our guide. If we continue to do this, and at this point, you are our only bet to get to the south of Celeste. Fuck. And that's in character. Like, she's slightly forgot. So she's like, you cannot withhold information.
I didn't withhold information. I didn't know they would be here. I thought we still had time to get through.
But you knew there was going to be a beast here, and you didn't tell us until the very last moment because you wanted to gather samples.
No, I was just going to lead you through. I didn't tell you because I knew you guys would be nervous, but this is really the only way through. It would have been better if you just hadn't known.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't have been better. That's in your book. It would have been better. You don't have any right to say how we felt. You were supposed to give the information as a guide. So don't tell me how I'm supposed to think about it.
He looks incredibly guilty right now. You've shamed him. But he's gonna like hold up his hands and say, I can tell you where the rest of them on the trail are. But we don't actually have to pass through any of their territory. It's all straight walking from here, I promise. There's 2 north of here, but they're out of the way enough where we don't even have to come close.
Fine. And Octavia's like, I'm going to trust you on that. Do with that trust what you will.
And he's not gonna say sorry, but he does look incredibly like, oh geez, I fucked up. But he's not actually going to say I'm sorry. But he is going to turn around and say, we should probably get going, just in case any of them forgot anything and come back.
Octavia sees that anyone who is cowering can walk as good as like, okay.
All right. And that is where I'm going to cut the session for this evening. As you guys head northward towards Luan. Does anyone have any final comments before I wrap it up?
Of course, the rich have the Book of Naga. Fucking 1% as always. And of course they've got fucking body part piles too. It's Jugdral. It's gotta be piles
The
of body parts.
nobility always have on-hand bodies.
Yeah.
You know how it is with the rich.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
thank you all so much for coming to the session. This one was actually the same length as all the other ones.
Yeah. Thank you for DMing.
I had a lot to fit in, but next time we should have I don't know if we'll have combat. It might, depending on how much you guys decide to noodle around in the space I provide you. There might be combat. We might just have a short one, and then the next one would be combat. Also, wait, hold on. Let me just check the calendar. So next Wednesday's the 22nd. I know some people might be celebrating Christmas. Is that a conflict for anyone?
It should not be.
There's a chance I will be. I should be okay, but it's also my mother's birthday.
Oh no! Yeah.
Okay, you should probably do that then.
Yeah, go do that.
Well, that's the thing is I don't know because my mom doesn't really like to celebrate her birthday.
Okay, well just keep us updated. I'll make a map, and then if we don't play it next week,
I'll ask her when I get home on Friday.
okay,
Sure.
Sounds good. All right, well then I will see you all next Wednesday, maybe, or the Wednesday after that. Wait, hold on. When's New Year's? Okay, not on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you all for coming, everyone. Have a good night.